Mm. Hey everyone, welcome to the SIG Docs new contributor meeting we call. Today is February the 4th, and yeah, this is the monthly call that happens on the first Tuesday of every month. And yeah, we help onboard new contributors to make their first contribution to the Kubernetes documentation. So before we start, I'd like to mention that this call is part of the Kubernetes community and that we abide by the CNCF code of conduct, which basically boils down to be excellent to everyone else, both in the meetings and in Slack. And these meetings will be recorded and posted to YouTube. So if you want to, so all of Kubernetes community meetings are recorded to YouTube. So if you want to take a look at one of these recordings, you can go to the Kubernetes YouTube channel. Yeah, with that out of the way, so usually what we do here is we go around introducing ourselves, and then if somebody has any questions that they'd like to talk about, or if they have any doubts regarding making their first contribution, or if you already have some contribution that you have started, like if there is any PR that you'd like to talk about, we can do that in these calls. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So just give me a second. I'll kick the AI note takers. I forgot to do that before I started the recording. Yep. And yeah, I don't. So I remember this account called F last time also. I'm not sure if that is an AI note taker or if it is like a real person. We did not hear from them last time. Yeah, so I'll let it be now. Like, folks, we can take turns and like introduce ourselves. I'll go first to set the tone. Yeah. My name is Sriram. I am the SIG new contributor ambassador, and I help run this call every month. And yeah, I work at DigitalOcean now. So last month I joined this job and everything. I'm still settling into the job. So uh, yeah, and I've been contributing to Kubernetes for about two years now. So that is about me. Folks can like, take turns and introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Abdel. I'm from France. I'm a system architect with over 10 years of experience. I've already contributed a little bit to Kubernetes, in translation some pages to French, and I've written a blog. It's still under review, and that's it. It's not my first time here. It's my second time here to this meeting.
Yep. Well, welcome again. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Yeah. So you get to go next. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Shriram. Thank you. I hope my voice is clear and audible. Hey
Yeah,
everyone,
we
my
can
name
hear you
is
perfectly.
yeah. Hey, hello everyone. My name is Saurabh Kumar Singh, and basically I belong to the Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow, India. And it's my first time to the Kubernetes doc meeting. And previously I was a contributor. Right now I'm also contributing to the project called Sandbox Projects Meshri, but I'm trying out to be part of the Kubernetes and will mostly start with the doc section so that I can be well versed with the whole of the uh, code base of the Kubernetes. So yeah, here I am. Thank you.
So welcome, sir. I know a couple of folks from Meshari, like Yash and Lee and all.
Yeah,
So I'm glad
I
that
think he
you're.
has already well, I guess he has also been a part of the Meshri from around 3 years, past 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're glad to have you here, and yeah, I'm looking forward to help you with any questions or anything that you might have.
Sure, sure. And right now I'm exploring, so commented out one of the issues. So hopefully we'll get assigned with that.
Yeah, sure. You can feel free to assign it to yourself in GitHub.
Yeah.
You
Well,
can assign issues to
yes,
yourself.
yes, I do. I'm aware of the command section of the browse, so will assign to. But before assigning, I should be ex- get know what to be done, so that other folks won't be in the queue in themselves.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like like Abdul, I know that you're already familiar, like you're already making contributions, and Saurabh also, you seem like you have, like, since you have experience contributing to Measure, you're familiar with how the open source community works in CNCF and how uh, we do things here. Like you mentioned that you are familiar with the with the commands that are used in the issues and all of that. So uh, I can go through the usual like list of things that I usually talk about in these calls, but then it might be like repetitive for you folks. So if you have any questions or like anything specific, like Saurabh, if you want to talk about, we can do that, or I can talk about like the general stuff that I share.
I think you can skip the repetitive tasks so that we can be move ahead and get know what is things we need to be aware before like the repetitive we already aware on the doc section. So yeah, I'm already well aware of these things of code of conduct and all those things.
Yeah, like I was talking about like SIG docs itself. Okay, I'll quickly share my screen. So the Kubernetes website code resides in this Kubernetes/website repository. So this is what I was talking about, like the repetitive stuff. So you all are already familiar with how this works. So uh, basically, in these calls, I give a rundown of how everything is structured, like where you can find issues, and I can see that there are a lot more good first issues coming up here, and yeah. So two other things that I'd like to point out for you, Saurabh, is the PR Wrangler program. So you can find this inside the wiki in the Kubernetes website repo. And the PR Wrangler program is basically every week approver is assigned to go through all the pull requests that are like open for the documentation, and you can choose to shadow them. So you'll get
Okay.
to learn how the docs team reviews PRs and how they get everything merged and all that. So this is a good way to get started contributing. So here you can see that there are slots where there are no shadows. So you can ping this person. So this is Chiming, like you can like ping him. So right now this is the week of
Can we
February.
ping on
I mean,
the
this is
directly on
this
the
week.
issue part?
Yeah, you can ping him in Slack,
Okay.
and then you can express your interest to be a PR Angler shadow for this week. So this week looks like nobody has taken up, but you can also see that there are like slots available. Like if they are not like
Okay.
if since it is already Tuesday, you might
Yeah.
hear back from them next day or something. So if you want to like coordinate it with the approver, you can like, pick up a slot which are in the
Okay.
coming months. So yeah, and there is also this issue wrangler program, which like if you have any particular issues that you're working on, and if you have any questions that you'd like to talk about, if you have any questions about issues that you would like to pick up, you can also like ping the issue wrangler for this week. So these are approvers who are like assigned to trash the issues every week.
Okay.
And yeah, so that is pretty much like the extra things that I share in this call, apart from issues and pull requests and how the entire uh, thing works. But I've been thinking about how we can make use of this call in a more like efficient way, because usually it is just like me talking to all the attendees, and like if the attendees are already familiar with the stuff, then it becomes repetitive, and like there isn't much value that the attendees get. So I've been thinking about different ways with which we can make this half hour of time like useful. So I'd like to hear your thoughts, because both of you all are like already contributing to the project. And Abdul, I know that you have been active in SIG Docs itself for some time. So I'd like to hear your thoughts. The idea I had in mind was during the KubeCon Maintainer Summit, there is a event that happens called SIG Docs Sprint. Uh, Basically, what we do there is like contributors and like people who contribute to SIGDocs, like folks from the SIGDocs team, as well as contributors who are interested to make contributions. They all get together in a room and they try to work on some issues in person. So things are like expedited, like you can ask doubts to people. Things move like faster than how we would be working on them when we are like working remotely. So I thought maybe we can do something like that with this meeting. Like we can like in this half hour of time, we can try to work on some issues. And if folks are interested, they can also like make their first contribution. I feel like that would be like a better use of our time than just like talking about our like how all the things are. So I'd like to know your thoughts.
Maybe you can shower some of the your views regarding the how the pull request comments and the way it should be title should be made so that it's get compliant with any of the following code of over here for the pull request means the summary part or that need to be put it in. So that would be a great idea over here from in my perspective.
Right. Are you talking about like editing the existing, like suggesting changes to the existing pull requests?
Yeah, maybe for the pull request that we need to be followed, that particular title should be in this format and the
Right,
commit
right.
should be written in that format.
Right. So I guess there can be a lot of things we can do. Like we can review existing PRs, like you said, and make like these suggestions.
Like
Or we
I have the
yeah.
question that in many of the projects we follow that instead of making many commits, we can start all of the commits in the one commit so that it doesn't get means in the git history doesn't shows all of the
Right,
commits.
right. Right. I think that would be a discussion that needs to be taken up with the SIG docs, like the more wider SIG docs community. We can add that to the SIG docs meeting agenda. You'd like to bring that up there.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah. Abdul, go ahead.
Yeah, from my end, I think that what you said is perfect. I was trying. I was willing to say it. So if someone new is already contributed, maybe it will be great for newcomers to show them what he did, especially if it's some quick fixes or some quick wins. That will be perfect, and that will motivate them to contribute and to maybe show them in action something if it's a small thing, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
For me, it will be
Yeah,
great.
like right, right. It might not like I'm thinking now. Like it might not be easy for new contributors to get started doing something since they're not like if they're not sure what to expect in the call, but at least if someone who is already familiar, if they can share their screen. Like I know that like I can share my screen and show how like things can be done, or like folks who are already experienced but are still new, like Abdul, in your case, like if you'd like to volunteer like one during one session, and if you can share what you're working on or something like that, so that it is more valuable to the attendees.
Yeah,
And we can,
Mm.
yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'll start a discussion with the SIG docs community, and I'll try to get something started. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't have anything else to share. If you folks have any other questions, we can talk about them. Sorry. Yeah.
It's all right for me. It was perfect like always. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
Awesome.
right now I also don't have any questions, so yeah, we'll obviously come with the questions in the next time, and hopefully
Awesome.
that.
Yeah, and if you have things that you would like to like get answered, you can always like you don't need to join the new contributor meetings. Like you can
Okay.
always join the SIG docs weekly meetings, and like also post your uh, queries in the Slack channel if you're not already part of SIG docs. And if you're into writing blogs like Abdul, you can also join the SIG docs blog channel. There are a bunch of different channels related to documentation. If you search for like SIG-docs in Slack, you'll probably get the list of all of them. I know that there are SIG docs maintainers and SIG docs localization as well. Yeah, these are all places where you can get the questions answered.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, and all right, I'll stop the recording now. Thanks everyone on YouTube.